Well, dear students, today we are going to discuss one more natural resource, that is coal and petroleum. Coal and petroleum, they are also our natural resources, and this is the last topic of this chapter. Coal and petroleum, they are fossil fuels formed by decomposition of dead plants and animals inside the earth after several millions of years. Coal is formed by the remains of trees buried inside the earth. Petroleum is formed by bacterial decomposition of dead plants and dead animals. High pressure and temperature are needed for the formation of petroleum. Petroleum reservoirs may last for about 40 years and coal reservoirs may last for about 200 years. They are non-renewable source of energy. Both coal and petroleum are fossil fuels. They are getting used up at high rate, so there are more chances they get exhausted soon. Coal and petroleum जो है, they are known as fossil fuels and they were formed by decomposition of biomass of dead plants and animals buried deep inside the earth millions of years ago. Coal was formed by the remains of trees buried inside the earth, and petroleum that was formed due to bacterial decomposition of dead plants and dead animals. But today we are using these fossil fuels at a very rapid rate because जो coal है that's used as a fuel, and it's also used for generating electricity, and petroleum products like kerosene and diesel, they are also used as a fuel in transport. So we can say today there is much use of these fossil fuels, but it has been estimated that petroleum reservoirs they may last for about 40 years only, and coal reservoirs may last for about 200 years only. They are non-renewable source of energy. So if we will use them at a rapid rate, a time will come they will get exhausted soon. This means we have to make proper management of this fossil fuels so that we can benefit from it. So that because जो भी हमारी energy needs है, all our energy needs, they have been met mostly by our coal and petroleum reservoirs. But there are some disadvantages of these fossil fuels. Coal and petroleum, they contain carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen and sulfur. Burning of these fuels release large amount of carbon dioxide and oxides of nitrogen and sulfur into the atmosphere. These harmful gases cause air pollution. This also raises Earth's temperature, leading to global warming. Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas which causes global warming. Oxides of nitrogen and sulfur combine with moisture in the air and produce acid rain. Beta, dear students, but these coal and petroleum, they are fossil fuels. They are source of energy for us, but there are some disadvantages of these fossil fuels. How? Because जो ये है, due to burning of these fuels there is release of carbon dioxide gas, or we can say sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and out of these all the products of combustion of these fuels, only water is harmless. When there is combustion of these fuels, water is also produced, only water is harmless. Rest जो वहाँ पे ये निकलते हैं, they are not harmless, they affect our environment. How? जो बेटा sulfur dioxide है, it attacks our lungs and it causes bronchitis and other disease. Sulfur dioxide जो है, it also causes acidic rain which damages trees, plants, buildings and metal structures. And जो बेटा carbon dioxide जो है, it is not harmful gas, or we can say it is not poisonous gas, but it is a greenhouse gas. Greenhouse gas क्या होता है? Which traps the sun's heat energy falling on the earth. Due to burning of more and more of fossil fuels, carbon dioxide is produced, and this causes greenhouse effect which leads to global warming. ठीक है बेटा. और जो बेटा ये है this sulfur oxides या nitrogen oxides, इनकी क्या ये कैसे इफेक्ट करते हैं हमें? दे काज दे अटैक द ब्रीदिंग सिस्टम, दे अटैक आवर ब्रीदिंग सिस्टम। दिस मीन्स ड्यू टू बर्निंग ऑफ दिस फ्यूल्स, जो वहाँ पे गैस निकलते हैं, दे आर हार्मफुल फॉर अस। सो वी कैन नॉट थिंक ऑफ दीज फ्यूल्स, we cannot think about life without these fuels, but we have to minimize, or we can say we have to reduce their use, so that there will be no more harmful effects on us. There are some ways, जैसे acidic acid rain formation है, it is due to acid rain formation is due to production of, due to release of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide, and due to acid rain it affects our this metallic surface, जैसे ताजमहल को बोला गया है कि that's much more affected by this acidic rain, and it also affects our trees, plants. Carbon dioxide gas, when there will be release of more carbon dioxide gas, it will lead to global warming. Due to global warming, there will be melting of polar ice, and there will be rise in sea levels. How we can minimize the pollution from fossil fuels? First, reduce the use and burning of fossil fuels. We have to reduce them. We can't stop the use of fossil fuel, but we have to reduce the burning of fossil fuel. How can we reduce the use of, how can we reduce the use of fuels? For example, dear students, you know electricity, I mentioned before, electricity is generated from coal. How can we minimize the use of coal? We should switch off the lights, fans, televisions, and other electrical appliances when not needed. ठीक है. Second, we should use pressure cookers. We should use pressure cookers for cooking food to save fuel. ठीक है बेटा. And we should use, अगर हम बोलते हैं कि petrol is used as a fuel in transport, we should prefer bicycles to cover short distances. And we should use alternate source of energy such as hydroelectricity, nuclear energy, wind power, and biomass, that should be used to minimize the use of coal and petroleum. Or we can say public transport, that should be improved so that people do not commute in their personal vehicles. This will also save lot of petrol and diesel. Yeah, for example, use stairs to climb at least up to 3 floors of a building instead of taking a lift. This will also save you, this will also reduce use of fossil fuels. That was all about coal and petroleum. Thank you.